Okay, hello everybody. Hopefully this intro is not cut off or anything like that. And welcome to, yes, you've guessed correctly and read the title correctly, the 390 Challenge of the Elders soloed. That's right. If we take a quick look at the modifiers, as you see, we have grenade kill bonus, specialist, and solar burn. So I would say this is possibly the easiest rotation of Challenge of the Elders ever, because if you have what I have here, which is the Black Spindle, a solar special weapon, then you will just kick ass. And, okay, it is at 394, which a lot of people won't have anything at that kind of level, but, you know, if you have Black Spindle or Icebreaker, then, you know, you'll be well off with this rotation. Not gonna lie, so that's pretty awesome. And the bosses are okay as well. There's no Cabal bosses, so, you know, I have a reason to record this video. You know, when I vowed that if there is ever a Cabal boss, I won't do Challenge of the Elders soloed, at least in the video. I might still try and solo it, but I wouldn't record it. So I have a reason to have this video recorded now, and it's pretty easy, so I should be able to just like tear through all of this. But another thing to point out as well is I have the taken Black Spindle because I have the Cold Between Stars exotic ornament on. I said at the end of my last Destiny Rise of Iron coverage, when Age of Triumph was just live, you know, new and all that, I said I would get Cold Between Stars for you guys watching, and I did. So exactly what has happened there. And I actually did this week's rotation, and on the very first try I actually got the last House of Wolves exotic I needed, which was the Queenbreaker's bow, which is fantastic that I actually had that as like a drop and fully upgraded it just from playing with it, which is something I don't really do because you know, it just takes a lot of time to fully upgrade stuff, but I was really happy that I got that. So yeah, you can get House of Wolves exotics from doing the Challenge of the Elders. It just takes a really long time for you to get something, and I will be using 2 free of coins. Yes, for every boss I'm going to be using 2 free of coins in hopes of getting an exotic engram of some description. So Kexis the Betrayed is first up. So I just wanted to get that all done and dusted. I had to get all the things that I just mentioned out of the way because you know, I do that sort of thing. I like to ramble on about stuff. So as you see, so long as you land the precision shots, just look how much damage you're dealing against him. It's like a massive amount of his health going down at any time. Now, of course, if people are going to complain because I'm not going for the points, which is, you know, if you're doing Challenge of the Elders and you're going for the points, then yes, you should actually be going for the grenade kills and all that. But, you know, I focus purely on just beating Challenge of the Elders, and if I do beat the points, then it's because of a, you know, lucky rotation in the modifiers that are active. So I'm in a pretty bad position right now because with Specialist being on, every other kind of weapon you have deals less damage than it's supposed to. Now, of course, if you're doing what I'm doing, then you will not have to suffer with the time penalty, although you will have to deal with having an exceptionally small amount of points. So part of you has to at least have some care about getting the points, but then you kind of have to say no, you just want to beat it for the sake of beating it. So if you want to get the House of Wolves exotics, then this week's rotation is actually probably the best chance you'll have at getting it. And as you see there, I just got a legendary, and I think the 3 of coins may have helped influence that legendary drop, but at the end of the day, it's just a legendary, not a exotic, so that's not what we're after. Plus, I think the first wave is just the way, you know, the first round size. The first round, you want to just, you know, beat it at least. Try and get as many points as you can, but it's these next 2 waves where the points really begin to kick in. So that's where you'd want to get your grenade kills the most, I would say, as a strategy. But There we go, pretty easy. And I would say whenever I do Challenge of the Elders, it's usually the first wave that I fail the most at. And that's like a very true statement. So, nothing there, so let's just use another 2, free of coins. As you see, I also have a new item in my inventory that you've never seen before. The Chromatic Jackalight. No, it's the Knuckles of EO. That's for doing the weekly featured raid. I was actually able to beat the first phase of not only Crota's End when that was the weekly featured raid, but also Vault of Glass. And both times on my Titan character, I got the Knuckles of EO and haven't been able to get anything, basically. I want to use it when there's actually a phase where you can get loot. And I think I have to play this back, but usually when this section plays on Xbox One for some reason, it always says like a servant of Oryx hungers, but then it says take an approach, beware. So it's like, which one is it? It's like it doesn't know what subtitles to play. So I always have to like laugh at that, because it's like they get it wrong. But anyway, that's a bit irrelevant. So I'll just use a super because I can mix things up a little bit. So of course, if you want to go for points, then you want to just do as much stuff as you can. As you see, nearly 1,000 points in this one super usage. Close to 1,000. But yeah, you could just like literally camp with the black spindle, shoot him in the eye numerous times, and yeah, you'll just like kill the boss really easily. So I mean, see how easy that is? I'm not even joking. That is how easy this rotation is. That's all you have to do. You know, like it's called Challenge of the Elders, but this is like, you know, a piss take of the Elders, because it's like so easy. But this is where things might get a little bit more difficult for some people. But you know, again, kill the boss. No exotic engram. It means the free of coins don't work, or didn't work in this circumstance. So happy days. That's 2 of the bosses down already. So of course I'm not going for points, as I said. This is purely just for the sake of beating it. If I was going for points, then I would you know, you probably have the armamentarium on, so that way you get an additional grenade, and you know, probably increase whatever stats I need to allow me to use my grenades more often, which would be discipline here. I'd go for like a max discipline build. Anyway, so I've got another 2 free of coins to use. So I wonder if having the Knuckles of EO active. Oh wait, that's a weekly featured raid. I'm sorry, no, my train of thought has now been completely disproven, so you don't need to know what I was thinking. But in case you do, what I was going to say was, what happens if you use the Knuckles of EO and then do the 390 raid? Oh god, sorry, little bug in my throat there. So if you use the Knuckles of EO and then use the, you know, do the 390 raid, then would you get more loot? Say if you did Vault of Glass and cheese the first phase, would you actually get some more stuff? But then I just realised that it's for the weekly featured raid, which for this week is King's Fall. So, and as far as I know, there's no way you can actually bypass that first phase, so you have to do it legit, which kind of sucks. So that's probably going to be one, you know, first phase that I'm just not going to be able to do. Oh crap, oh shit, get back, get back, get back. See, as I said, that's where it gets a little bit difficult. You can't just tank it up, because these enemies are actually quite powerful, so you have to be very careful. And when those mines are there, it just makes matters worse. But 105 points for a melee kill is pretty decent, I would say. So I wonder how much a precision kill is worth if you can actually land one with this explosive scout rifle I have. But thank God Juggler's not on or something, you know, because that'd be really bad. Sit in camp and shoot him in the head numerous times. See, the good thing about Black Spindle is that you have the precision kill, the precision mag bonus, so you know, you can basically just unload on the enemy's critical hit spots, and so long as you actually hit them every single time, then, you know, you're going to get the ammo back in the magazine, so you don't have to reload. And a good thing about Icebreaker is that it regenerates ammo over time, so you don't even have to worry about, you know, the ammo. You just have to worry about the ammo respawning. But I haven't got Icebreaker because to get Icebreaker in this, you need to at least a version of Icebreaker that'll be useful. You actually have to go ahead and do the Nightfall within the time limit and get a gold tier achieved medal, which is like seriously difficult to do. And I've only ever done it solo because, you know, all my Destiny coverage on Xbox One has been solo. And I've only ever been able to do that 2 times, and both times were the Sepix Perfected Strike, and both times I got fuck all. So you can imagine that I'm a little bit pissed off about me getting nothing for something. But anyways, you see here, you get 390 gear, which you kind of don't want. I think legendaries drop a bit higher than 390, I really don't know. And it's at this screen here that on the right hand side you'd see if you actually get an exotic, which in my case I didn't. I only got 2 strange coins. But and obviously there's nothing, because if my special weapons were full, then, you know, I might have been able to say, oh, I might have gotten the Dreg's Promise or something. But no, that means I've got all the possible loot drops that I could have got for doing Challenge of the Elders for this week at least. And as you see, I am only 23 reputation off House of Judgment. If I had a treasure key, then that would actually be quite useful, but I don't. So let's just go to the reef real quick. And what we're going to do is I am going to quickly take a look at my stuff. Probably go for the max light build that I can have. And what was I going to look at actually? I mean, that's the Knuckles of EA right there. I was going to look at something. I don't know what it was. It's not bounties or quests. I need to do Crota's End. I need to do, you know, Vault of Glass and all that as well. But I was probably just going to switch to the max light build I can have right now. Yeah, I swear I was going to do something and I forgot what it was. It's quite weird, actually. You know, I know I have 5 treasure keys in my vault, so I can just use one of those, and that'll be enough. Even one will be enough to level up, so that's what I'm going to do. And then I will end the capture. And I think this might be one of the shortest Challenge of the Elders soloed videos I've done. At least in terms of the meat of the content, which is like probably starting around 2 minutes in and finishing like probably 2 minutes ago. So pretty good, to be honest. And I'll just show you what kind of stuff you can get for leveling up the House of Judgment. Supposing I can actually take these treasure keys out. And let's use one of them and we can level up the House of Judgment reputation. So here we go. Let's use this. And poof, leveled up. Happy days. So, and as you see, there's an exclamation mark there now. So you might be wondering, you know, why have you gotten an inconsistent amount of reputation for what you've just done? And that is because I have this little thing here called Radiant Light. And it says you have come through the darkness undiminished, increases all XP gains, lasts until weekly refresh. Now what that means is I've done the Nightfall. And the Nightfall gives you these flames. That guy has done the Nightfall. This guy has not done the Nightfall. So you can tell people have done the Nightfall because they have these blue flames above their heads. Now for me at least, I was able to just about get through the night. I'll say just about. I failed. It's the Fogoth remastered, I guess it is, with the Seaver and all that. And you know, I could have done it in the part-time if it wasn't for the fact that it was like every single time, you know, every single time it is the gate, it's where the runes are, and you have to like decrypt the runes. And then for whatever reason there's these hallowed knights that were just like, no, not hallowed knights, hallowed wizards that were just like a piece of shit basically. But then it was like there's a whatchamacallit, a wizard after that, like the Zol spawn, and that's like ridiculously easy to kill compared to everything else, and that just to me makes no sense. But anyway, that's a bit irrelevant. So I think that was, I swear there was something. I'll have to check back later and see what item I had which I really can get rid of. But because we leveled up the House of Judgment's reputation just then, let's see what we get. Now let's just take a look at what we can get. Now we can get marks. We can get guns, which are chroma guns, which is, one of these is going to be guaranteed. And then we can either get shaders, an emblem, a sparrow, ships, and a House of Judgment booster. So none of these are things I would say I'm necessarily care about. Probably only the scout rifle, to be fair, would be one I'm interested in, because I like scout rifles. But let's just see what we get. I got the Stolen Pride and Mark of the Kings, and a reputation booster. And just so you know, these do drop at close to max light, so I can use the Stolen Pride if I wanted to. And it has like a chroma ability to it. And it has a high caliber rounds and stuff like that. So yeah, you can have a chroma, you can use whatever one you want there. And we've got the Mark of the Kings here at 395, which looks like that. Although I have my Raid Mark of the Pit from Crota's End, and my Raid Continuum pin from Vault of Glass, and also my Raid Oversoul's Pang from Crota's End as well. So pretty much those 3 items are the only items I've gotten from the Raid for my Titan character, and every other item is stuff you have to have people to play with in order to get. So what real quick, I'm just gonna see. Look at that. I'm at 394 now. That's getting better and better. Stolen Pride. Just for laughs, I will put the chroma on it and just see what it looks like. But I'm not gonna. An orange chroma. How about a blue chroma? I think a blue. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at how cool that looks. Yeah, you can see the blue on it. So that's the glory of the chroma stuff. But I think that's it now. I think I'm actually done here with everything that I wanted to do, at least for today. So I think when I said I got the Queen Breaker's bow, that was in the first attempt I did. And then the second attempt I did, I actually got a similar light consumed ghost shell, which is the one I'm using now. It's exactly the same as my Rise of Iron record book ghost. The Iron Song shell at 393, and then it's 392 for the next consumed shell. So I might just stick that one in the vault and use it for another character. But my other characters are so random. It's not like this where everything's consistent. For my other characters, everything is just like so inconsistent, it's unreal. But now at least I can say the only 2 things I really could do with leveling up are my chest and arms. So it's definitely going to be an armor from now on, but I might just get rid of the Stolen Pride if I don't like it. Infuse it with my favourite scout rifle, and probably stick with Queen Breaker's bow or Devil's Dawn with Iron Galahorn and any other rocket launcher as a legendary. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I've done everything that I wanted to do in this video today for you guys. I forgot to put that reputation booster in the vault, but I will do soon. And I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope this has helped you. So don't be afraid of doing Challenge of the Elders this week. It is really easy, trust me, it is. You can get through it. If I can get through it easily, then you can get through it somehow. But yeah, that's going to be the end of the video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time in whatever the next video is going to be. So yeah, thank you for watching, and see you next time.